didn't realise that that surge video that we put out, the cleaning of it, would do so well, really. And I also didn't expect as many positive comments as we got last night. It was brilliant. It's very difficult, and I think it's probably a good thing that we took our time and we let other people review them at first before we did it, because it was good to see a lot of people telling us how they've experienced the surge. We had some of our customers that have bought them from here, and they're saying, yeah, all great. We had a lot of people saying that they were all really, really good and that they've took out the thing. Now, what I want to just make clear, right, is that we are not trying to review this product to put on big, massive ponds. We're not. And the problem is that these units are for ponds. Let me just double check on the box. These are for ponds up to 5,000 litres, so 1,000, just over 1,000 gallons, right? So we're not trying to say that these filters are going to, you know, replace any of our filters. There's not. We don't have a pond smaller than this is our small. The pond that it's on is 2,250 gallons. The reason that we did it separately and not after the filtration, right, is because what we've done our own, we put a pump in the pond to simulate a pump-fed system, right? So it isn't really going to alter what we do on our water. The water is already brilliant, right, because of the thing, right? Now, people are saying, where does the muck come from? Now, what I've done here on our pond, on this pond here, is that we have a return here coming back from the bead, right, from the advanced filter, and it comes down here, right, comes down there, starts to slow, and then it goes into that corner where we've put a 10,000 vari pump, which is on the deck of the floor, which is exactly like a pump-fed system, right? The water in here is great, as you can see, but it's always like that, right? Now, when you've got quite a few tozai or quite a few fish in a system, when they're not feeding like this, all they're doing is chomping on the sides, right? So this pond here is probably 10 years old. So they've got a lot to go at algae-wise, right? So they're always ripping it off, and that's why. But it was going to get caught anyway, because our water's always this clear. So it's not like I'm not saying that this surge is going to be, filter a pond this size. It can't, and I can't do a test. People are saying, well, turn the filter off for your pond on here, but it's 2,250 gallons, so it's way more than what the surge can do. So it's pointless. Because that's not what we're trying to do. So anyway, we're going to clean it again. Now, this was cleaned yesterday. I didn't video it, but because we were busy. But this was cleaned yesterday, so I'm going to give you a 1 day of what muck it's got. Right. So let's give it a go, Joe. Hey, it rhymes that. So again, it's cleaning, the valves are off, pumps off. Let's not say it's looking clean yet, Joe, because last time we did that and then all of a sudden, so you can still see some bits coming in. Nowhere near, though, what it was when we left it for a week. But I just want to say as well that one that we did for a week, the unit, the surge, didn't spew anything back into the pond, because our pond's always nice, so it's never... that's not an issue. So it was storing all that muck inside it. Now, somebody also said on one of the comments that his flow rate was higher in the first 2 weeks. And I think that's probably because the media's still buoyant inside. You know, when you put the K Plus or any of the K1 media into a filter, it takes a while to become buoyant, to sink, if you know what I mean. So, and I think that's what's happened. So we are looking at our flow. So let's have a look at that, Joe. No, just put it up on here so I can just see the... Right, so that's after a day. So that's pretty good. Right, so again, we've used 5 gallons of water, probably less actually, it's less than 5 gallons in there, isn't it? And then that goes straight into the plants on there. But just remember, I didn't tell people this, but if you've got salt in your pond, please don't put the water on the plants or you'll kill the plants. So yeah, so the pump, people was talking about flow. Now I am having to guess the flow slightly. Right, so now I'm at 40%. Sorry. Where's the thing now? Stupid camera. So we're on 40% of the 10,000 vary. So which should give us about 4,000, well, should say 4,000 litres really, but it's going to be a bit less than that because of the pipe work and everything. So we're running it through quite slow. We might up that, I think. I think I'll up that for the next one. And I think, let me just double check on the box what it says that the ideal flow is. I know it's on the first video. 3,500. So no, I'm running it right. So hopefully we're only getting a loss of about 500 litres with the pipe work. So with the pump running like that, it does siphon. So you do get a bit of pressure from the siphon. But yeah, so that's after a day. Do you want to do it again, Joe? Just to, yeah, let's just do it again and then just see if it just needs, if it does need after a day. I mean, it is quite heavily stocked, the pond, so it's not mega stocked, but there's probably about, I don't know, about 100 tozai in that pond. You use the same bag? Oh, have you? Yeah, hell, Joe. Good job Paul's not here. He'd be going mad, a waste of a bag. Pump off. That's a lot better than doing it daily, isn't it? But it just shows that you don't have to do it daily because the water isn't going to, it's not, the unit itself, the surge, isn't going to let the muck through. So, which is exactly what we found. That's good. Yeah, so it's like I say, you can see well, you might not be able to see it on the camera, but it's mainly algae. So a little bit of algae on the side of the pond, and there's not much you can do about it. There's not much, you know. If you can see that, let me just put. So if I can pull it off with my finger, the fish can pull it off with their mouths. So yeah, so up to now, I think that people who've got a pond, 500 gallons, whatever, or a quarantine system, I think these are great. And I don't care what anybody says, they're better than these black box filters, these little tiny black box filters that they reckon that'll do the Hoover Dam, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So, but this has got the, oh, I'll tell you what. Joe, just switch the unit off again because somebody asked me last night to take the UV to see how much room they need on top of the... Have we got a tape measure over there? Yeah, so somebody asked me on one of the comments last night so when you're installing a surge, how much space do you need at the top of it to be able to replace the UV? So let's, we've never done it before, so let's try it. Switch both valves off. And then we should just be able to unscrew. You might just be able, yeah, right, so switch, why is that still on? Oh, it's on that thing in it, so switch the unit off. switch the, yeah, in there. Right, so if you put that on top, just put it to there, yeah, that's fine, and then just measure it. So to actually release it out.
10 inch.
10 inches. So yeah, so you need a 10-inch head clearance to be able to change the UV bulb. So let's have a look. See, can you see inside? Oh, yeah, it just goes straight. Yeah, that's cool, isn't it? Oh, mega. All right, yeah, stick it back in. Just make sure that's... Right, so I think that's addressed quite a lot of the problems, or not problems as such, just how it works. So yeah, happy with it. Like I said, it's for small ponds this, and if you're going to run it on a shower, not a shower, a skimmer, then I would recommend no more than, if it's up to about 2,000 gallons, no more. If your pond's bigger than 2,000 gallons, then I'd always recommend the advanced. To put on a skimmer line, but up to, you know, as long as you've got a bottom drain and a skimmer, if you put one of these on the skimmer line of a pond up to 2,000 gallons, I think you'll be very impressed with it. So, but anyway, that is the update. I probably will do one more update before I move it over to the fish tank, and then we'll see what happens. Cheers.